Watch a fire long enough and you notice something amazing. It never makes the same shape twice. Every flame is a singular event, born, transformed, and gone in a fraction of a second. And yet the fire as a whole remains coherent, alive. Somehow, out of pure continuous unpredictability, something recognizable persists. And jazz works exactly the same way. And that's not a metaphor. It's a structural truth, one that cuts deeper than music theory or chemistry, all the way down to what chaos actually is and why humans can't stop gathering around it. Scientists have a precise term for what fire does. They call it a self-organizing system, a process that maintains overall coherence while every individual component constantly changes. No two molecules of flame follow the same path, and no 2 seconds of a fire are structurally identical. And yet it doesn't collapse into randomness. It organizes spontaneously and continuously. This is the edge of chaos. Not disorder, not rigid order. The precise boundary between the two, where the most complex, beautiful, and generative behavior in nature occurs. And the human brain also lives here. Life in its purest form lives here. And jazz does as well. A jazz improvisation is not a composition being performed. It is a self-organizing system in real time. The chord progression is the fuel, the constraint that keeps combustion possible. And the musician is the oxygen, unpredictable, responsive, and necessary. And what emerges between them is a flame that has never existed before and will never exist again once the song is done. Here's what most people misunderstand about jazz improvisation. A jazz musician doesn't know what the next phrase will be before they play it. The note that arrives surprises them as much as it surprises the audience. The hands move slightly ahead of the conscious mind, responding to what the previous note created, what the drummer just suggested, what the room is doing, what the silence between the last 2 phrases seemed to be asking for. This is identical to how fire moves. A flame doesn't decide to go left. It responds to the air pressure in the room, to the density of the fuel beneath it, to the heat of the flames beside it. Every movement is a reaction to the previous state of the system. The fire is always only answering what just happened. So both jazz and fire are not things that exist in space. They are processes that exist in time. Remove the time dimension and neither one makes sense. A photograph of a fire is not a fire, and a score of a jazz improvisation is not the improvisation. Both are defined entirely by their movement, and their movement is defined entirely by the fact that neither one knows what comes next. There's a reason humans have gathered around fire for 400,000 years without ever getting bored of it. The non-repeating flicker of flame, the constant, almost pattern that never quite resolves, does something measurable to the human nervous system. It induces a state of relaxed alertness, present but not tense, watching but not working. The brain stays engaged because the pattern never completes, never allows the mind to just file it away and wonder. Fire holds attention the way nothing else does because it perpetually withholds resolution. And a great jazz improvisation produces an identical neurological condition. The harmonic tension that builds, the melodic phrase that goes somewhere unexpected, the rhythmic switches. Great jazz keeps you suspended in the same state fire does, alert, present, and unable to look away. There is one more thing fire and jazz share that separates them from almost everything else humans make, and that is that they are both irreversible. When wood burns, it doesn't just change, it transforms into something that can never become wood again. The energy released cannot be recalled. The ash is permanent. The fire consumes its own possibility as it burns. A jazz improvisation works the same way. The note played cannot be unplayed. The phrase that emerged in the room on that night between those musicians in front of that particular audience only existed once, and is now gone in a way that a painting or a novel or a sculpture is never gone. There is no archive that fully captures it. The recording catches the sound, but loses the room, loses the moment, loses the specific aliveness of a thing happening for the first and last time simultaneously. This is why both fire and jazz produce a quality of attention that recorded and reproducible things almost never generate. When something is consuming itself as it goes, when you know that what you are witnessing is unrepeatable, the present moment becomes irreplaceably precious. Humanity has always needed two things from its gathering places: warmth and surprise. Something that holds the group together and something that keeps the group alive to the moment. For most of human history, fire provided both. It was the warmth you could rely on and the flame you could never predict. And jazz inherited that role without ever quite knowing it. It gathered people in a circle, dissolved the boundary between performer and audience, and reminded everyone present that the most honest response to being alive is not to repeat what came before, but to listen carefully and answer. Every great improvisation is like a fire that burns once and never again. Every great fire is a jazz solo played by the wind. Neither one can be owned, neither one can be repeated, and that's not their limitation. That's their entire point. That was it. If you liked this video, please come back next week for one of the last ones. See you!